of Banachek. Banachek!
Yes.
Welcome to Unscrewed.
Oh, my pleasure.
So first of all, what is a mentalist?
Well, a mentalist is somebody who performs with mind, sort of like trickery. Not a psychic. It's different than a psychic. A psychic claims to really be able to read your mind and move objects, whereas a mentalist entertains you. And he might use everything from verbal communication, nonverbal communication, magic sometimes, psychology, perceptual manipulation. It's a mixture of all these things put together to make a show, but nothing psychic.
Okay, can you do something with your mentalist powers right now that's really going to like astound me right off the bat?
I can try to do something like that. All right, I'll tell you what, we got a couple of forks here.
You got some forks?
All right.
Look at all these forks he's got. What, do you go to Denny's and like walk out with them?
That's exactly what I do. A newspaper, you pick one up. Yeah, take one of these.
Okay.
That's the one you want? You don't want this one?
I don't.
You sure about that?
No.
Okay, that's
He's trying to trick me.
No, well, you're going to do this, hopefully, as well.
Okay,
What you do
all
is you rub it like this, and well, I'll show you. Watch. We'll do it like this while I'm not even touching it. Look right here up at the top. Watch the time.
What are you bending?
See?
You see that?
Now, these are real forks. Like you said, they did come from Denny's. I mean, this is brandware. Go
These
ahead.
are some cheap-ass forks, man.
No, you can do it like this, too. Watch me. Watch. See? Just like that.
The fork is getting aroused. How did you do that? How do you do that?
I'll tell you what, one more. Let's try another one. Then I'm going to try a couple with you, too, if you don't mind. Hold your hand out like this, okay? I'm
going to
take
hurt
this.
me?
No. Just put your fingers together. Okay, I'm going to put that in your hand like that. Close your hand on it. Okay? Bring your hand right about there.
Okay.
And this is what's going to happen. You're going to feel something weird happening in your hand. It might be like a pulsing or pushing something, but this is what's going to happen. It's going to start to get soft, almost like plastic in your hand. Are you ready? The moment you think,
Felt that before.
you feel something, good. The moment you think you feel something happening in your hand, I want you to let me know, and you will feel something. Something will start to happen. Here we go, very slowly. It's not much. Just a little bit. Here we go, slowly. Here we go, a little more. Can you actually feel something, or are you just kidding?
No, I feel
Okay,
something.
good. I'm going to take a hold of your wrist, and now I'm going to take the fork like this, and watch what happens. It becomes soft, almost like plastic. See that?
Yeah.
Can you feel that? I mean,
I can feel it.
it's like plastic, isn't it? Yeah? I'll tell you what, let go of it for a second. Cup your hands out like this. Cup your hands out, both hands. Watch what happens. Watch right here. Watch. It's become soft, almost like plastic. Like, there we go. Look at that. Can you see that? I mean, it's. Let's see if I can get to actually break. Here we go.
Ah! He broke the fork. Dude, that is so fake. How'd you do that? That was so weird. When I felt it in my hand, it was like this weird feeling, like when I first discovered girls.
Yeah, it is something like that, isn't it? Actually, let's well, I want to try one with you if you don't mind, okay? Take a look at these two forks. Take a good look at them. Make sure they're good and solid. Yes? Put them together,
Yes.
see how well they
Yeah.
fit.
They fit like a fork in a fork.
A fork and a
Like they're spooning each other.
Actually, there is a little bit of a difference. If you look, you can see
Yeah,
a little bit of a difference right there, but not that much. And she's going to do this anyway, okay? Which one do you want to use? It's up to you.
This one.
This one? Okay,
Yeah.
good. This one's going to be that'll be sort of the test fork right there. Hold your left hand out like this. I'm going to put this one in your hand like that. Put your other hand on top like this, okay? Good. You're going to do this in your hand.
Okay.
I want you to rub the fork like this and believe that it's starting to bend. Don't move it. Just barely touch it like this. Just
Believe,
like that.
Laura.
And I want you to become an actress for a second. Believe it's starting to bend in your mind. A little more. Keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There we go. As you go back and forth, is it getting a little warmer in your hand? Not yet. Keep going. I know it's cold in here, but keep going. You'll feel it very slow. A little slow. There we go. A little more. Can you feel the center of the fork against your top hand?
Yeah.
It's pushing against it. It's bending, but it's going slowly. You've never done this before, so keep going. Oh, I can actually see it now. There we go. Stop. This is the test fork. Let's take a look. Yeah, I can definitely see the difference.
Laura Swisher
Oh my
bent a
gosh.
fork. She bent a fork.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's
Banachek, this is unbelievable.
Well, she's not done yet. One more second. Take your hand like this and just rub that one like that. Rub it like that and watch what happens. Yeah, just rub it like that. Can you see that? It's actually bending.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
That's amazing.
Wow. So this is the same type of thing that you used to fool all these highly regarded scientists back in the days of Project Alpha. Tell me about Project Alpha.
That was back in the 1980s, and about 180 hours. It was 4 years of it. Washington University was given a grant of over $500,000 to study PKMB. PKMB, what is that? That's psychokinetic metal bending. And myself and another kid went in, and for 4 years we fooled the scientists and believed we were genuine. And at the end of the 4 years, we come out and explained it was all an illusion. Now the reason
most kids are traveling around Europe when they're that age. You're in a lab bending spoons.
I know. Well, there was reasons for this. You see, For years, the scientists have lamented that the only reason there was no evidence of ESP or PK under scientific controls was because of lack of funding. And it was our contention that it had nothing to do with the lack of funding. What it had to do with them going with a pro-biased opinion.
So the scientists were already biased that this thing actually
They already believed
existed.
in it, and all they wanted to do was document their own beliefs. They didn't want to actually really study it. They wanted to show everybody else what they already believed was real.
But it's all a trick. All this stuff that you're doing, it's a trick, right? You don't actually have mental powers. Come on.
It is. It's a trick. And to me, it's more impressive to do it, tell you it's a trick, and then do it, and then you tell me, but that's got to be real. How can you do it?
But since you've been doing this, there's been all these technological advances. There's a lot more flim-flam artists out there. I mean, they've been around for centuries. Has the tech stuff, you know, the things in ears and, you know, microphones and all that, is that stuff made this sort of thing a lot easier to pull off?
It does, but you know what? You really, like, for instance, here, these are ordinary forks. The good guys really don't want to use those kind of props because it's something you can get caught with. Here, I have a real fork. I twist and bend a real fork, and there's nothing for me to be caught with. You can take those home, play with them, do whatever you want with them.
All right, how about that Get John Edwards, one of the greatest shows on TV, crossing over, the guy who talks to the dead people?
Right.
All right, that's not bunk, is it? That's the real thing. He's talking to dead people.
I think, and it's my opinion only, but I think he's big scum. I mean, I really do. I think he is just one of the evil predators out there. He's basically taking people when they're at the most private moment. And what he's doing is he's utilizing that for his own benefit. I mean, it's all trickery, it's all flim-flam, and he's abusing that. He's not allowing people to go through the proper grieving process. We all have to go through that. Death is part of life, and you have to accept it.
Well, how does he do the trick? I mean, he's doing this thing up there. How does he do it?
It's no different than people that are in my profession. We get on stage and we tell people their initials, their names, and so forth, and go through the entire thing and tell them things. There are many ways to do it. And if you take a look at my website, there's a couple of sections up there that tell you specifically how he was doing many of the things before. He's got a lot more advanced now because he can no longer be caught with some of the things that he used to use.
Well, thanks for ruining that show for me, Banachek.
I'm sorry.
All right, let's not dwell in the negative here. How about, before we go, how about another trick to sort of lift our spirits after that crushing bit of news?
Let's move the silverware out of the way. Perfect. Good. Now, to do this, I'm going to use a lovely lady right here. Okay, good. Now, I want you to think of a word, 7 letters or less.
Yes.
And you're visualizing it in your mind is what I want you to do. Just every letter, everything about it. You got something? And something that might mean something personally to you, something that might have happened to you, an event that might... In fact, this is an event. Something funny happened with this. Is that correct? Yes, I'll tell you what, I want to try something here. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay my scarf out on the table like this, all right? And I just need to use your desk for a second, if you don't mind.
Go ahead,
okay,
Banachek, go ahead.
All right, good. And I'm going to take this piece of paper, and what I'm going to do is take the paper, and I'm going to lay it there like that. I'm going to put a pen on top like this, put the cap on. Well, we can take the cap off, no big deal. And I'm going to put that right there, cover the whole thing up like this. And what I want you to do is I want you to put your hand on my shoulder, please, if you wouldn't mind. And I want you just to keep thinking of your word, visualize it in your mind. You don't have to rub my shoulder, but it does feel good. But
I'm sorry, I got carried away.
I'm going to imagine electricity coming from my brain all the way down the scarf to the pen, and the pen standing up and writing it out. Here we go. Just keep thinking of it. I know it looks a little obscene.
It's like every morning.
You wish. But keep thinking of your word. Okay, now I don't know. Here we go. Okay, now that's interesting. I'm hoping the pen wrote out with your word. What was your word?
Bean.
B-E-A-N?
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Ah! It says bean.
Whoa.
Bean. How did you do it?
Wow.
How did you do that?
That's amazing.
That's incredible, as they used to say on another show. Banachek, you're amazing.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being here. I got a lot of questions. I wish you could say more. Will you come back sometime?
I'll be happy to come
I got a
back
lot more
and answer them
questions.
all.
I got to find out more about all these other flim-flam artists, these fakers. You've taught me a lot, man. Be back soon, all right? Oh, my God. I got to go to church or something. Get a link to Banachek's website by visiting us at techtv.com/unscrewed. Man, I can't believe it. Hey, meet Dren after the break. This is this new guy on the show. You're going to love him. But before all that, it's time for a little lesson from space that we like to call a moment in NASA history.